Just, do you know who's going to be on that DMR team with you?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole distance oriented DMR. So me to Taylor to Susan to Amanda on the mile leg. Yeah.
And you're the only one that's back off that national championship team, right?
Suze too. Suze
Oh,
ran the
okay.
800 at NCAA indoors. Yeah.
So what's it been like trying to come up with a new combo, get a new team put together to see if you can challenge again for the title?
Yeah, it's interesting because it falls back on how much you can add to the piece of a race kind of thing. I think last year we were a different team and we ran to our strength, and this year we're a different team again and we have a lot of strengths. We just have to find out the best way to put them together, and that's where Helen and Coach Johnson and all of our coaches sit down and sort of think like, what's the best way to get the most out of this team. And it'll be interesting to see what they ask us to do on Friday night, and then going forward, hopefully later on in the season when we get to do it again.
Do you remember when the team that won the title, when that team finally came together during the course of the season, and how much time that you guys had together practicing as that group?
Yeah, we didn't really, besides Lily and I, and Suze jumped in and out of stuff with us and faster stuff because she's so speedy. We didn't really have like a set order until the night before at Indoor Nationals. Marisa was tossing around between where to put Lily and I on the lead-off and the anchor, and obviously Sabrina making the 800 final meant that we wanted to have her fresh the next day. And yeah, we bring Suze in and she crushed it at the meet, and the 400 leg, Hannah ran with us to qualify, and then Vanessa ran with us at Nationals. And obviously our 400 girls are so strong, there's a lot of interchangeability there. But I think when the four of us actually came together on race day, basically, the momentum was like, we're ducks, like let's go get this done. We're a strong team and let's run to our strength. Yeah.
You mentioned ripping the Band-Aid off. How painful or not is that going to be for you? How do you feel about just your overall fitness right now?
Yeah, it's always painful, whether you're fit or not. It's a shock to the system, and that's the fun part. We've got a few weeks of training together now, and we're coming off a really big cross season, so I'm expecting it to be really, really hard, but I'm ready to embrace that and hopefully get the most out of myself just to sort of see where I'm at, and then hopefully it starts to feel a bit better each time.
How difficult do you think it's going to be this season not having any home matches and always being on the road?
I haven't really thought about that yet because indoor, we're never at home anyway, so I think sort of just been thinking about the indoor season right now. But I do think outdoors, the coaching staff and our trainers and everyone around us, Jill, Katie, they'll make it easy for us. It'll make, like, we won't have home meets, so like it would be sad not to compete at home, but it won't be any more challenging. I'm not predicting it will be anyway. Yeah.
What about training though? I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have your home training facility anymore.
We were talking about that this morning because we've been doing some workouts out at Hamlin Middle School, which it's a beautiful school. I was blown away. But yeah, we've been doing some workouts out there, and it's sort of just fun to sort of mix it up. We're so lucky to have had the Hayward we had, and then for what's to come. And really, it's 12 months, so it's just like getting through each training block, and like the fall doesn't really matter anyway because we're not on the track that much, and what we have been so far, it hasn't been hard to piece it together. So yeah, it's just logistics.
Jessica, I'm not sure if you made a comment about this earlier, but the Bowerman Award, you're nominated on the watch list. What was your reaction when you found out?
I was really shocked. That's something I've looked at sort of because it's so publicized. I've seen it come through the ranks the whole time I've been here now, and like the names that have been on it in the past, and to sort of be put up there with alongside like Raven having been nominated and Carissa Schweitzer, I was kind of just like, why am I on there? And it was really humbling and like really, really exciting, and hopefully I can run well this season and see what we can do with it. But,
You think that'll impact your mentality at all? Kind of put any more pressure on yourself, or either externally or internally?
I don't think so. I think what I'm sort of like working on right now is just being where I am and staying in my day and staying in my process, and that's Helen's influence on that has been really, really helpful. And obviously you got to get excited by what's going on around you because it's part of the pieces, but just sort of staying very in check with what you're doing through the day, through the process, and hopefully that yields like the exciting thing towards the end. So, yeah.
And do you have a firm kind of end goal in terms of your indoor season, what you want to compete in, kind of where you want to be?
Yeah, it's hard to, at the moment I definitely would like to be sort of running a DMR leg in the 3K at the indoor meet, but you've got to get qualified and lots can happen along the way, so who knows, things might change, but that was coming into the season, that's the goal, yeah.
Anything else? Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Jess.
thank you.